As star wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is healing up from his torn ACL suffered in the Super Bowl, his free agency prospects are also just like, heating up, man. So all the talk about, hey, the Chiefs are going to sign him. That's why they restructured Travis Kelce's contract. Oh, the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers that need some wide receiver help, or a reunion in New York. Down below, that was the toughest Photoshop. Or, of course, him just joining up with the Bills and Von Miller, and so Diggs and Gabe Davis and Josh Allen. It would be redonkulous, man. But we know that there's only one place that Odell Beckham Jr. should sign, and I understand. It's like, oh, he's a diva, he's a locker room this, he's that, the other thing. There are a number of factors here for the Vikings that can help rein in some of OBJ's worst tendencies and highlight some of his best tendencies, which is him on the field in short bursts. Where, I mean, of course, the connection with him and Justin Jefferson going way back. Skull-less you. That's right, just absolutely getting done. There's some love there. There is a mentor-mentee, little brother, big brother dynamic going on there. And I think that also could help OBJ. Because, like, I think that when he had problems with the Giants and in Cleveland, it was because he was left on his own devices. But here with the Vikings, there is a legit support structure with O'Connell, with Justin Jefferson, with the rest of the LSU contingent, as well as we know that OBJ can still play, as we saw down the stretch with the Rams last season. And he was off to a great start in that Super Bowl before he tore his ACL, so he can still bring it. And even though the Vikings are super deep at receiver, could you imagine? I can only imagine JJ, Thielen, KJ, OBJ. Also, Jalen Reagor as a wide receiver 5. Woo! So here's top 5 reasons why the Vikings need to sign OBJ, you cowards. Number 1, take the offense to the next level. Where, hey, this Kevin O'Connell offense that they're implementing, the offensive line is looking good. Justin Jefferson is obviously getting his. Thielen and KJ, I would like to see them being used a little bit more. And Kirk Cousins, even though his black and white numbers aren't what they were in previous seasons, he's still operating this offense at a high level. Now, they could still get better. Certainly, and settling into this offense is a big part of that. They're 10th in passing yards, they're 18th in net yards per attempt, and could adding Odell Beckham Jr., who does have experience in this flavor of offense, come in and be able to hit the ground running? Would that take it to the next level? I think it certainly could. And then also, you know that, so OBJ turns 30 in November, and Thielen is still obviously good. He's not the Thielen that we used to know and love. KJ has had opportunities, and I think he should continue to get them. I think that he can be a wide receiver too in this league. He already called game once this year, but I mean, is he the guy to step up in this spot? Because if the Vikings are really going for the pin this season in a competitive rebuild, or just adding OBJ to that mix just makes it more and more weapons, because it really is an arms race around the NFL just to ramp up offensive production. It's possible. Next up, reason number 2, skull-less you. Like we said, you have Justin Jefferson. You have Danielle Hunter, who OBJ works out with in the offseason. You have Patrick Peterson. So it's a weird dynamic, because Patrick Peterson was like a mentor to OBJ at LSU, and then OBJ was a quasi-mentor to JJ when he was at LSU. So it's like 3 generations of LSU all up in there. And I do think that support structure could tamp down on some of his diva tendencies, right? So whether if he has a problem, he can talk to the LSU guys. If he has issues, this, that, or the other thing, he doesn't have that. He didn't have that with the Giants. He didn't have that with the Browns per se. I think the Vikings could certainly have that support structure here. Also, the Rams Super Bowl connection. Kevin O'Connell, Wes Phillips, like they were in the locker room with Odell Beckham. They were part of the game planning with him after he signed with the Rams, and then they went on that stretch run. They got to the Super Bowl. OBJ caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So obviously, there's some connection there. And I think that as the Vikings got off to this fast start, I think he sees that, hey, I could win a Super Bowl with the Vikings. And even though, yes, that's true with the Chiefs, the Bills, not the Packers, probably not the Giants either, I think that he could tally all this up. It's like, all right, here's an offense I succeeded in last year. All my LSU buddies are here as well. And also this team is the only team in the NFL with a 2-game lead in their division. And they have a chance to make some noise come January and February. And next up, reason number 4, keep away from the Giants and the Packers, which could be a valid one. And it's one of the reasons why I feel like the Niners went all in on Christian McCaffrey just to keep him away from the Rams. But yes, the Giants the Giants are the Giants, but they also have issues at wide receiver. They could certainly benefit from adding him back into the fold. It's a new regime. It's a new dawn. And I do think that Giants fans would welcome OBJ back. But I would like to keep him away from a potential contender, as well as just keep him away from the Packers, because the Packers are slip and fall and they can't get up. Let's keep them down. Right? Let Rodgers still have miscommunication issues with Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs and Lazard and whatnot. Lastly, number 5, being all in. So the Vikings, obviously, in a competitive rebuild, are off to a 5-1 start, which is fantastic. And this team is good. I mean, the offense is certainly getting there. The pass rush can be legit. They're getting takeaways on defense. They need to suture a couple things up on that D and stop. I understand the bend but don't break, but also don't bend. Yeah, let's go with that. And the Vikings offense, even though it's good, we haven't eclipsed 30 points in a game yet this season. And I think that adding OBJ to the mix, where, hey, so the Kevin O'Connell offense that you guys are all learning on the fly. We won a Super Bowl with this. Here's this, that, or the other thing. Here's what to do here. Here's what to do there. And I think that OBJ, as he's gotten older, I think that he's matured, and I think that taking on that mentor role with Jefferson will certainly help. And then also all the LSU guys in the building as well will certainly just surround him with love and happiness. And I think that could make for a really good combination, because he still does have some good football left in the tank, man. So this is my pitch. And the cap-wise, we'll figure it out, because you can always find the money. Hashtag cap is a myth, because this needs to happen. This needs to happen now. And let's go win a Jerome Barty. Oh, OBJ, 2 for 2 in the last 2 Super Bowls. Would love to see that, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. The Vikings need to sign Odell Beckham Jr. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.